Okay, I'm going to go straight into it. Oh, we're back. We're back. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. So this is take 2. So those of you who came on the last live not too long ago, this is part 2. I'm sorry. We got off on a bad start, but we're back again. Right. So today's live on my 21-day challenge. Today's day 4, and I'm going to talk to you about staying focused. And obviously, we know, as in our society, in the Western society, we all lead a busy life, and we all have a multitude of things to do during the day, like myself, and a lot of the time we're multitasking. Good afternoon, Muna. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, darling. Waving at you there. Yeah, so we all have a lot of things to do during the afternoons or during the day, throughout the day, and I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can stay focused in your day on your target, in what you're trying to achieve in your success goals. So these are the things that I actually do myself. So all what I'm telling you now is things that I practice, and obviously you've got to sort of model it to suit your lifestyle in terms of what you're doing, in terms of what your daily routine. So these are just some tips that I suggest, not that you have to take on board all of them, but you just kind of pick out things that can help you in what you're doing. Hi, my darling. Hi. Where are you in the world? Muna, where are you, my lovely? Let us know where you are. Right, so one of the things that I do, the first step, number 1, is that the first thing you have to do is you have to plan the night before. Now, plan the night before, what does that mean? I know it sounds kind of easy task to do. Plan the night before means you're even planning what you're actually wearing. You're even planning down to what you're wearing. Because remember, you're becoming the person that you want to be. Oh, hello. You're in London. You're in London. Okay. So you're in the bad weather where you are. We've got rain in North London. So I don't know what you've got in your part of London, Muna. So even down to planning what you're wearing that day, and plan your meals, plan your breakfast, lunch, and your dinner, so that you're not having to think about these things. Because these little things, they take up time. And I know that in my past mannerism, in what I used to do, I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to eat when I'm on the way home. I'm thinking about what am I going to get for that dress on that occasion for next week, something like that. So, it's good to plan for these things in advance. This is what we're trying to do here. Plan what you need to take out with you for the next day in your bag. So you pack a bag. Maybe you're going to put your lunch in your bag. So you plan your lunch and you pack that in your bag. So you can take it to your day job or wherever you're going to go during the day. What you got to try and do is plan times for when you are going to do things like open your mail and respond to your mail, go on to the internet and basically surf the net. This sort of thing takes up a lot of time. It takes up a lot of time, and I know this, and I'm sure a lot of you can resonate with this. Surfing the net, open up emails, responding to letters and all that kind of thing, that takes up a lot of time. Believe me, I know that does. So that you have to plan time for that, and plan for the best time in the day when you can actually do that. Hello, hi, Michelle. Am I saying your name right? Hi, darling. How are you? You coming on the live? Hello. Good afternoon. Tell me where you are in the world, lovely. So plan for your emails and responding to things and commenting on people. If some of you have a business, you're going to plan this into your day, because that's going to be crucial for you. I've got written down here. So basically, you're gonna do that sort of thing. Respond to emails and that, because you want to avoid wasting time. You want to avoid any distractions. For instance, like obviously you might get phone calls coming in while you're trying to do something. I don't know. I see a lot of people on their phone when they're out on that. doing that. And that's not a problem, but I know that obviously they might be working. But sometimes you're actually doing something and maybe you got a call in between something. You know, what you've got to do is you've got to focus on what the task that you've got in hand, because actually that might be a priority goal that you've got to get done. So do not, be distracted. You plan for not to be distracted. How do we do that? By this is the I'm trying to explain it to you. So when we're saying we're not going to be distracted, what you're doing is that, say for instance, you're answering your emails and you're responding to messages or comments and things like that. So your phone goes off. You're not going to react to the phone, because you're actually doing a task at that time. So you do not be distracted by the phone ringing, this and that. The only thing I will say is, if it's absolute emergency, because obviously we don't plan for emergencies to happen, then obviously that's different. So plan the night before. Number one, plan the night before what you're wearing, down to your shoes, what you're putting on, down to your bag, packing your bag, lunch for the next day. If you've got children, you're doing their lunches as well. You're getting all their clothes ready, getting them to get their bags ready. You have to get the children involved and the family involved. If there's children or people involved, get them involved to plan their day, so that you're not having to do all that as a parent, say for instance. Number two, do the most difficult task first. So we know what it's like when we're trying to avoid things, don't we? I am a crucial one for that, where I would avoid the most challenging task that I think is difficult, and because I'm not sure how to tackle it, or maybe it's something that I'm not used to doing all the time, and so I avoid it. That is the hardest task. What you've got to do that first, because actually you doing the hardest task first, releases that energy of having to put all that effort into it. And obviously the stress, maybe if you're feeling a bit anxious about it, then that will, if you're feeling really willful in doing your focusing on your task, then you're going to release your high energy into doing the challenging task first. Okay, so that has to be done first. So do the most difficult things first. Okay, and that way the energy that you've got at the time when you start the task, the challenging task, basically you're so pumped up, I like to say, basically you're willfully wanting to do the task, so you're releasing that energy into the task that is challenging. So you do those things first. So therefore, when you finish the challenging task, the easier ones, the ones that effortless, you don't really have to put a lot of effort into it. It could be anything like you things like washing up. I know that's not a task, but it might be something that you have to do, because obviously you have to look after and maintain your home environment and that kind of thing. But that's an easy task, so you don't really need to do anything about it. You don't even have to think on your feet for that one. So that's really easy task. So leave the easiest tasks for last, and the challenging tasks, do them first. Number three, eliminate the distractions and the time wasters. So, like I said before, the emergency task. Hey, Richard. Hi, my darling. Hello, Malcolm. Hello, Malcolm. Hello. I'm waving at you guys. So, number three, eliminate all the distractions and the time wasters. So, we know that sometimes, as I said before, you're going to have an emergency, and that you cannot avoid. Emergencies are going to happen. And obviously we're going to, if there's an emergency, we're going to have to see to the emergency. In most situations, the emergency, I would say that most situations that are distractions, they're not emergencies. It could be something like your partner's ringing you, or you could have your child on the phone, calling you, your boss is ringing you, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know. To me, that's not an emergency. You know, that's not an emergency. That you have to focus on the task at hand, you know, because obviously you are being willful in wanting to do it. And actually, by not responding shows that you are a strong-willed person. That's what it shows. By not responding, it shows that you are being strong-willed person. So remember that thought. So eliminate distractions, okay? And let me see, where are we? Number 4. Come back to number 4. Number 4 is regenerate and keep up with your energy. So do take a break when you need a break, because obviously it might be a task where it might take a bit of energy in doing it. You might feel a bit overwhelmed slightly, let's say that, depending on what the task is, I'm not sure. For instance, I would say with me, I'll give you an example. I am decluttering certain areas of my home at the moment, doing a real audit on my home. So basically, doing that is kind of emotional, and obviously it is a bit overwhelming at times, because I'm thinking, oh my word, I've got to get through that box of, you know, stuff. And it is, so do take a break when you need one, because it can be a painstaking task. It can be a bit, you know, you're not feeling like you really want to do it, but obviously you know you got to do it. So do take a break, and when you take a break, you know, eat something healthy, a healthy snack maybe, something that's going to give you high energy. Drink some water, you know, that's the usual one that we all need to do. And of course, do some form of exercise. I like to do this thing where I just kind of jump up and down, I bounce up and down, you know, and do some breathing. That's a good one. Do some breathing. Do some breathing. Or if you have time, go and take a brief walk. That's a good one. Go and take a brief walk. So that's if you need a break, you know. And by doing that, you will find, it's a good thing to do that. By doing that, you will find that you have sharpened your focus even more. By when you return to the task, you've sharpened your focus. Your focus is, you know, more focused even in wanting to get the task done, because you're ready again. Yeah. So do take a break, okay? And this is just the main thing for that is to keep your energy level up in doing the task. Right, number 5. This is a crucial one. Now, give yourself constant reminders of your ultimate goal. So you have to have constant reminders. So you're focusing on what you're aiming to achieve in terms of what you're doing on the task. You know, because obviously that task, what you're doing, the baby steps that you're taking, you're going somewhere with that. So create maybe a vision board, some kind of visual, tangible thing that you can have. It could be something that you can carry in your pocket, you know. For me, I have a picture of my son's when he was a baby. His what do you call it again? Scan picture. Yeah, I've got a picture of his scan picture, and I carry that around with me, and that's a reminder, because he's part of my why. That is a reminder to me why I'm doing it, because I am focusing on the person I am becoming. I am focusing on the role model that I'm becoming for him. So I have a picture of my son in his scan that I carry around with me. And some of you may have like a vision board. I have a vision board. Always reevaluating it, and I have to change it. A vision board, you know, you put a picture of what it is you're aiming to achieve on the vision board. A visual thing. It could be 3D thing as well, you know. It doesn't have to be a picture. It could be something 3D. You might put car keys on there or something, you know, house keys. You might be looking to move, put house keys on there or something, you know, something like that. You want to move into your new home, you know, just something like that, just to give you a view of what you're aiming for. What's the other thing? Blah, blah, blah. Other ideas I'm trying to give you here to keep you know, the focus vision real in your mind. Yeah, so have your why written out. Have your why written out. I have my why written out. That's what I look at every morning. I look at my why every morning, and basically that why gives me the brief of why I get up in the morning, why I do what I do. So have your why written out, and that's a reminder to yourself to stay focused on your goal, because you know why you're doing what you're doing. So your why is the main key, because your why is going to fuel you and keep you purpose driven in where you're going for your destination. Now, I hope that has given you some key points. Just looking at the time. I hope that has given you some key points for where you're going. Let me just give you a recap on that. Give you a recap. So a recap on that would be, so number one, plan your day. Plan your day down to what you're wearing, what meals you're going to have, your bag that you're going to have for the next day, even down to the route of your, I didn't mention this one, even down to the route you're going to take to go to where you're going. You know, plan that as well. But that's got to be planned. I always do that all the time. And number two, do the most difficult task first. That's a priority task. So you do the most challenging task first. Hello, Dawn. You're coming back on. I'm going to come to the end, but I'm recapping right now. So you do the most difficult task first, and you focus on that to be done. In other words, you know, it could be something that you've obviously been avoiding, and it does become overwhelming. So you do have to do that first, because you know, getting that out of the way first is going to make you feel a whole lot better when you come into the easy task, which is less you know, less, it takes less energy basically. The less the tasks that don't present themselves to be difficult. Okay. Number three, eliminate the distractions and the time wasters. So basically, eliminate distractions means that, you know, you're gonna stay focused on your task. You could be answering your emails and things like that. You could be you know, looking at letters and responding to letters and things like that. And basically, if your phone rings, you're not gonna respond to it unless it's absolute emergency. You know, and by not responding, it shows that you're a strong-willed person, and you are staying on task, and you're saying to yourself, "I'm going to get this done." You know, so it's a good thing. It's a good. What you could do is you could let other people know that you're actually doing certain things, so they don't think you're rude. Or what I do on my phone is I put an answer phone on there, so that I, you know, if I'm not available, I politely ask them to leave a message for me. You know, and obviously I'll get back to them. So obviously they're not just getting a phone that's ringing; they are getting a phone that's, at least there's a voicemail there, and they will leave one. Oh, great, Mona. I'm glad you're getting some value from this. Wow. All you say is very important. Thanks for your time. Yeah, thank you for joining my live, Mona. Number 4, going through the last few bits here. Oops, number 4 is regenerate you and keep your energy up. So that basically means that you've got to take time out. You know, if you're feeling a bit sluggish in the task, if you're starting to feel a bit disheartened, you know, it could be overwhelming in what you're doing, because it's obviously a challenging task that you're doing. So do take breaks to keep your energy up. You know, go for a short walk if you're able to do that. Drink water, have an energy snack, and that sort of thing. You can have that ready, you know, have that planned for the day. Have a bag full of, what I have is a bag full of nuts and dried fruit, that kind of thing. That helps me to keep my energy level up. And just take a little break in what you need to do, and do what works for you. That's the most important thing. Do what works for yourself, you know, on that one. And the other thing is exercise. Actually, exercise is a good one. I didn't mention that before. Exercise is a good one. A short 5-minute exercise, you know, maybe, I don't know, sit-ups, push-ups, Skipping, that's a nice one. Do what works for yourself, because exercise is a good one. Exercise is a good one. I like that one myself personally. Number 5, finally, is remind yourself of your ultimate goal. So you're looking at the ultimate goal. Keep your mind focused on where you're going with what you're doing to maintain it. Obviously, at the end of the day, you're going to reflect as to where you are with the goal in terms of when you have a time target on getting it completed. So examples are, have yourself a reminder as some sort of tangible visual that you can have. Say for instance, I gave an example of, you could have the keys of you might be planning on getting a new home. Have some keys, have a vision board with pictorial pictures on there of what you're aiming to achieve in the months coming, or in the year, and that kind of thing. And also, I gave the example of what I have is I have a scanned picture of my son when he was a baby, and that's the goal to show me. That's to do with me becoming the person, and that's to show me that I'm becoming a role model to my son, because I am showing him this is who I am and this is the way to live your life. And I am showing him as an example. So I keep a picture of my son's scanned picture of him in my wallet. I keep it in my purse when I walk around. So that reminds me, and keeps me in check. Keeps me focused on what I'm doing. Okay. Who else is watching? I can see quite a few people on you. Hey Cynthia. Hi my darling. I'm just going to come to an end now, because I'm just going to go off to the gym in a minute, and it's not very nice weather in London. I've got my jacket on, and I've got my raincoat on as well, because it's not nice weather out there at all. But you know what? It's not bad. We need the rain, don't we? I am not going to complain in the slightest, and it's just fine. It's just fine with me. So thank you for joining me on my day 4 Tell It Like It Is live. I hope you got value out of this, and do tell me in the comments below, because all I want to know is your comments in what you think. Is any of the suggestions that I've said to you, has it helped you in any way? Has it maybe reminded you of certain things that you could probably be doing more of in supporting yourself in going on your journey? If you want me to help you with in any way, I'm a wellbeing coach, so I can help you to get to where you're going. If you need some ideas, we can jump on a call. Please private message me and let me know, and we can get on a call and we can talk about it. So, important thing, leave me a comment if you're coming on the replay. Put hashtag replay, or if you're on this live. I can't always see the comments, I'm afraid. Let me see if I can try and see them. I can't always see them. No, I can't see them properly. But yeah, if you're on the live, put hashtag live, so I know that you were on the live. And obviously your comments or what you say will make sense, and I'll be able to sort of figure out what angle to answer it at. So yeah, lovely having you on the live, and I'll be back probably later on. I'm hoping I'll be back later on to do the live with you again. I've got to catch up on some of the lives, because yesterday I didn't do one, and today I'm doing day 4. So I'm not sure what later on's live is going to be about, but yeah, let's see how the afternoon takes us, in what message I have to give over. And yeah, it'd be good to see you all jump on again. Thank you for joining me on this live, and I'll see you all later. Let's listen to some of this music again. Have a lovely afternoon. See you on the next one. Bye. Have a lovely afternoon.